Women are abusers. And I know many of you guys are not used to hearing that. Um, it was editing the videos for my nervous system playlist. I don't know when this one will go out. I'll see how I feel. But as I was editing those videos for the nervous system playlist, I got the idea to make this video because I've been noticing posts on the internet and social media about abuse and abuse only coming from men and how women are safe. And those videos kind of confuse me because do you not be seeing the true crime videos and TV shows and documentaries? Women are crazy. And I noticed that it was just in these videos a lot of putting it as if men equal abuse. Abuse equals men. And I'm like, what is going on here? And obviously going through the nervous system videos, you have to think about childhood. You have to think about trauma. You have to think about experiences and abuse. I've noticed even in the self-help community and self-development community, they do not like to acknowledge abuse done to them by women. And I was watching this guy's video. He used to be a therapist for some years, and he had noted that a lot of his male clients had abuse, sexual abuse from women, and a lot of times they didn't even know or register that the things that they had been through in childhood, that being touched by a woman as a kid was sexual abuse. And not just with boys, with any and everybody, because I noticed that it is this huge misconception that women can't be abusive. And I see these videos online where they're like, I'll never leave my kids with men, I'll only leave them with women. Women chop up bodies and put them in bags and dish them on the side of the road too. And I noticed that it almost is a little bit misogynistic, because why don't you think that a woman is capable of doing destruction? It comes with the undertone of women are only perfect angels, that they can't do no wrong, that children are automatically safe with them. It's go tell that to all the people who've been abused by their mothers. Go tell that to all the people who have been set up by their best friends or girlfriends, as we like to sometimes call them. Ask people who've been set up and sabotaged by their female coworkers. People only want to acknowledge abuse when it's coming from men, but they don't want to acknowledge it when it's coming from women. And it creates this, people think when they're posting these videos of highlighting the abuse that men do, that they're doing the world justice by saying all men are abusers. Don't trust them. Trust only women. You're not helping anybody. Children are still going to get abused because you fail to want to acknowledge that just because someone is a woman doesn't mean that they're safe. It doesn't mean that they should be left with kids. Because I've seen with my own two eyes, women do all the things. Domestic violence, initiate domestic violence. I've seen women abuse children physically, emotionally, and sexually. You go turn on the news or turn on any true crime, And all the like, where's this stupid narrative coming from where it's just men who are abusers? And to let your kids be with any women because women are quote unquote safe. And I'm not here to protect men and protect male predators because obviously they need to face consequences. I am here to protect everybody, especially the children. It doesn't matter your gender, abuse is abuse, whether it's coming from a woman or a man. And all these videos online is not helping anybody, and it's only hurting the community when they only want to acknowledge abuse from men and then yet sweep abuse from women underneath the rug. And they wonder why all this healing that they're doing, all these meditations that they're doing, is not working. Why all this growth that they're doing, all these books that they're reading is not doing is because they don't want to acknowledge the trauma that they got from their mothers. Happy belated Mother's Day. His Mother's Day was yesterday. They don't like to acknowledge those things because they don't want to see that the person who was biologically supposed to protect them was their biggest abuser. And one thing that I want to note is because I've noticed this slight difference between how men abuse versus how women abuse. And due to, as we all know, patriarchy, sexism, all of that, we all know women didn't used to have rights. So when men want to be abusive, they could be outright abusive because they were protected. But when women wanted to hurt you, they had to do it covertly. They had to convince a handful of people to go after you. That's why they have the witch trial, where if one woman did like another woman, she'll call her a witch and convince the whole town to burn the other woman at the stake. When it comes, what I've noticed, the difference between men and women is that men want to kill you. Women want to destroy your life. And so their motives are going to be different. A woman want to see you down, bad, in pain. A man got his feelings hurt and his ego is hurt, and he wants to do a quick reaction in order to make himself feel better. And so sometimes people think that women can't be abusive, and it's because a lot of times their abuse is masked by community. Those mean, bullying women at work, they're protected by their boss and other coworkers. That's just like a real life example. In society, we hold mothers to a really high standard. If you ever go and look, Mother's Day is more celebrated than Father's Day. We hold mothers and women and sisters to a different standard when it comes to emotional care and more softness and more feminine nature and kindness. And not to say, because obviously statistically, men do have higher rates of abusive behaviors. They do tend to outnumber the women, but I feel like people are doing a disservice, and especially the children, when they only want to acknowledge the abuse that men do and not what women do. I've seen with my own two eyes women stalk children. I've seen with my own two eyes women sexually abuse children. I've seen with my own two eyes women sell their children. I've seen with my own two eyes women physically, emotionally, and verbally abuse children. And I noticed that a lot of these times, they're brushed under the rug as sarcasm, as jokes, as not a big deal because they're a woman. And it starts to have a misogynistic tone to it, like I mentioned earlier, where people think that women aren't capable of doing things just because they're a woman. And they're supposed to have a softer nature, and they're supposed to automatically be caring and automatically be mothering. And I say and so a lot. That's why I edit these videos. I say and so many times. But I think it's very important to note that a predator is a predator, whether they're male or female. And if we choose to only acknowledge the abusive things that men do, we will never move forward in society, because abusive mothers create abusive men who will go on to abuse their partners and their children. So when we don't want to acknowledge the abusive things that our grandmothers did, that our mothers did, that our aunts, sisters, female friends, coworkers, X, Y, and Z, you name them. If we don't acknowledge the harmful things that women do as well, like, we're not doing any justice to ourselves, and we're definitely not doing any justice to the children. And so women are abusers. And I'll stay 10 toes down on it, because I don't protect abusers. I don't protect predators. And this video can get as many comments and dislikes as it can, but women are abusers. And women is just as capable as doing harmful things as men. You go watch any true crime show, and you will see just exactly what women are capable.